Hello everyone, I'm Grim, a freelance artist, and we're going to do some art fight prep together this week. If you don't know what Art Fight is, it's an annual art trading event where participating artists are sorted into two teams and draw each other's OCs or original characters to get points for their team. It's a super fun event, and I've met some absolutely incredible artists and made fantastic friends because of it. This year, I am a bit behind on my prep, so we'll be speedrunning a reference together this week. 2025 will be my 8th year participating in Art Fight, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm mostly going to try to attack friends and characters that catch my current interest. Vampire the Masquerade! But I'll link my art fight down below if you want to peek at my characters, although a lot of them still need to be updated for this year. So let's dive right into the first stop, which is planning. Before I get into updating references, I do some planning. I start preparing for Art Fight each year by choosing which characters I want to include on my profile that year and making a list of them. I usually choose who I want on there by thinking about which of my characters I'm the most excited about right now and will want art of. Usually that's my current TTRPG characters and NPCs related to them. I will also sometimes hide characters that I really like, but they get attacked a lot. And that's just because I want to see some of my other characters get some love. After I've made my list of who's going to be on my profile this year, I make a general assessment of what each of them need, and I make a to-do list. I personally am using Todoist right now because it suits my needs, but you can use whatever you want. I'm not going to tell you how to organize your stuff. Not my job. Basically, I just figure out whether a character needs an updated reference, an updated profile, and or updated art fight permissions. And all of those go into my to-do list for each character. Once I've done that, I get into reference making. Whenever I make a reference for Art Fight, I tend to prioritize communicating quickly and clearly what's important about a character. It's important to remember that for Art Fight in particular, 1. References don't need to be perfectly clean, polished, or rendered. They need to be readable. As long as you can tell what the details are on a character, it's clean enough. 2. Use callouts for specific details like props, unique character features, and other things that are impossible to figure out from looking or easy to miss on the main reference. Basically, if it's not blatantly obvious to someone who's never seen your character before, it needs a callout or label. And 3, I treat a reference like a guide on how to draw my character. Not necessarily the exact steps for how I do it, but what's crucial to making my character look like themselves. For this character that I'm updating in particular this week, Moiren, I need to give them an updated reference since the only one I have is one that I sketched up and only makes perfect sense to anybody who already knows the character, but not enough to anyone who doesn't, which is who you need to keep in mind when you make references for Art Fight. For them in particular, I made sure to include a somewhat rendered view to convey the materials they wear, since crystalline armor is a little bit unusual, and I also included a flat color reference so that people could see what colors the armor is without the texture in the way. I also got a callout for their sword done, since it's worn on their back, which obscures it, and simplified in the main reference. I figure people might want to draw Moiren using said sword instead of strapping it to their back like I do because I don't feel like drawing it. I also included a profile view to show off Moiren's nose shape since it's a bit different from what I usually draw, and below that a diagram of how I make the crystal texture. And of course, I threw together a quick palette to make color picking nice and easy for people. In addition to the visual aids, I also included text labels. The name, species, pronouns, and role of the character are mostly fun flavor, but I think they help convey a good overall picture of the character. I make sure to label what each part is, as well as including specific notes on parts of the reference that are particularly important. That includes stuff like noting not to exclude Moirin's wrinkles and the flower design on their surcoat being meaningful, because those are things that I think make this character themselves, and changing them kind of defeats the purpose of things that are very core to who they are. So that's the kind of stuff that you want to make notes on. You might also want to make notes on how you do certain effects, like the magic, just to make it easier for people to recreate without having to think too hard about it. And the last step I get to is updating their profile. Once all the art is made, it's time to get the character onto Art Fight and/or update them. Part of my process this year is using my account on the website Toy House, which is a character showcasing website. It's in closed beta, so I cannot help you get an account. That is its own thing to look into if you're interested. But the important reason I bring it up is because Toy House has a smaller file size limit than Art Fight. And you can set up watermarks to be added to your artwork by default. So what I do personally is I update my character on Toy House first, and then I re-download my watermarked artwork from the site, which means it's already completely ready to go on the Art Fight website, because it'll be small enough and already watermarked, because Art Fight currently does not have any watermark protection, which is extremely, extremely important. Please watermark your art whenever you post it publicly. Once I've downloaded the art, it's just a matter of navigating Art Fight's website with the new artwork, filling in the profile, and checking over my character permissions. I'm not going to walk through that because I presume you know how to fill out a character profile on Art Fight. It's pretty self-explanatory. And with that, thank you so much for watching and coming along with me on my Art Fight prep. Good luck with your own if you're participating in the event this year, and maybe I'll see you on the battlefield in July. I hope this video gave you an idea of how you might want to go about preparing your characters for Art Fight. And if you have any questions about the event or preparing your characters, feel free to ask down below. I'm not officially affiliated with the event or anything, but I like to think that I'm an Art Fight veteran, being that I am only 3 years, including this year, shy of a decade participating in the event. However, in the meantime, don't forget to like and subscribe, because that is what tells the YouTube algorithm this video was good, and to show you more of my future videos and art. So with that, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!